Welcome back, Troglodytes, to your daily dose of guitar information, the Trogly's Guitar Show. It's always a good day when you got guitars to unbox, and I've got a couple of pretty cool ones here. We got a brand new one from Gibson, something that a fan sent in, a little something in there, and then something that we need to finish unboxing from the last unboxing episode. So, starting with this one. This is a guitar that I actually purchased directly from Gibson through their Gibson.com website because they just happen to have one of these in stock and all the other dealers didn't at this point in time. And this is not a guitar that I plan to review or anything. There's actually something else that I have planned for this particular one. But oh my goodness. Do you guys see this? I have never seen a stock from the factory Gibson pack so fantastically well. Whoever packed this order, fantastic job, my friend. So that ought to tell you guys this is a rather expensive purchase. Oh, and that'll tell you too. A really nice shiny lift and reissued case. So let's go ahead and get this thing out of here. Up and out. So the one downside to purchasing directly from Gibson's website and a few other dealers is you don't actually get to see what kind of top you get. And when it comes to a Les Paul reissue, you kind of want to know what top you're getting before you buy it if you're picky like I am. So unfortunately, I don't know if this is a awesome top or if it's gonna be like a meh top. So I'm kind of excited to see what might actually be in here. I'm hoping I'm not disappointed, but you know, you'll hear it in my voice one way or the other. So let's go ahead and see what kind of top I got on my Dirty Lemon 59 reissue. I would call this an well, I guess now that the light hit it, I would call it an okay top. It's not a monster top by any means. You know, now that I have it, I would actually call this a good top. I would consider this a nice top at a dealer's shop. It's got very even, not quite pinstripey flames, but this definitely comes to life at certain angles. Wow. Cool, I think this one turned out well. And now I get to tell you the reason why I actually purchased this one. Somebody reached out to me and they said they were looking for this guitar and they wanted to trade something that I've been buying a whole lot of lately. And that is what sleeps in our next little box here. So just a quick little quality control theme here. This is a VOS finish, so it's going to look kind of slightly naturally aged. It almost looks like you got a bunch of scratches on your pickup cover. Maybe that's by design. And I would personally polish up that headstock a little bit, but for a brand new guitar, thankfully no breaks, cracks, or repairs. The binding bleed is very minimal. Looks like we got a little bit of buffing compound on here yet, but hey, I would say this actually looked better than my 59 reissue of the 60th anniversaries. Yeah, fantastic example. And what do we got going on here? This lift and reissue case is a little bit different. Honestly, I don't like the look, but I get what they're going for. The original lift-ins, they are a slightly brighter pink than what the reissues normally did. And this is a Costa Rican case. Wow, this one was finished 10/30/20. I mean, this thing's brand spanking new. I think this guy will be very happy with this. So thank you, Gibson, for actually sending me a pretty nice one that I did pay for. I did not get this for free or anything. This is not a sponsored episode. I just like to tell you guys where these things actually come from. So I think now we need to figure out, what am I trading a brand new R9 for? It's got to be something pretty good. Is it a TV yellow SG like the box says? I've kind of been dogging USPS lately because they have been awful about on-time deliveries. It seems like they're starting to get their stuff together because this actually arrived on the day that it was supposed to. I think it was sent out on Monday. Today is Friday. It was priority mail. Oh boy. I think he told me about this and said sorry in advance. But anyways, this thing did arrive on time, and now we need to try not to make a mess out of my packing room. But may I say, fantastic job, my man. You packed this really well. I doubt we'll have any issues with this. So let's see what we got here. Just an empty case. Shazam! Oh, nice. I know, it's like a running gag at this point. I think the past 4 or 5 unboxing episodes I've gotten original silver bursts. Dang, this one's nice. Oh, it's got the 9-point adjustment bridge. Looks like something's going on with our nut and it's been refretted, but hey, who cares? The Adam Jones one was refretted. I don't know why I'm saying refretted when it's refretted. I can finally say, yes, I will keep this one until I do the review of the Adam Jones. All the other ones kind of came and gone, but I guess I'm glad I didn't hold on to them because I just ended up finding a whole bunch of these things because there's a lot of owners that are going, what? People are paying how much for the originals? I think things are getting a little bit silly on the used market at this point in time. However, for these original examples, you can still pretty easily pull anywhere between 6,000 to 8,000, sometimes a little bit more, you know, it just depends on a lot of factors. But this one, the whole story behind it is he never really liked this guitar because of the situation and how he got it. One of his friends or somebody that he knows of, he had to sell it under hard time circumstances. He didn't pay too much for it, and he just always felt bad about that whole situation. But he was still in contact with the guy, right? And this originally had some non-original parts on it, but he was able to contact him and get the original parts in order to do this trade. I mean, I'm giving him a brand new R9. That's a very fair offer on my part. And honestly, I am really happy with this as long as our neck is good, which it is. Nothing too bad there. Looks like our truss rod's properly adjusted. As long as there's no heartbreak on this one like that poor 82. From Guitar Center that we did in that last episode, I think we'll be okay. I think I asked him to send me a photo beforehand, so I'm not worried opening this. I just want to check it. Yes, we are fantastic and golden. This is a great example. In fact, I think I prefer the refret ones because then people aren't as scared, and the ebony tear out, you can still see some up here as we learned in that last video. But I would say whoever did this refret was definitely a little bit more skilled than the last guy. We've got that original pick guard in here, which I think I'll definitely put on. And I think this is the original bridge pickup. So this might have something else in it. And the other cool thing is, if you look in here, the original strap buttons are also the diamond posi lock ones. So this is like a fantastic example for me because you get almost all the 80s parts. 9-point adjustment bridge, flip out winding tuners, man. Oh yes. Diamond posi locks, 9-point adjustment bridge. TP6, which they're claiming is stock. Usually you don't find that, but all we're really missing are those Tim Shaw stickers on this one. And it's got some wear and tear. Some finish wear on the neck, but yeah, I'm happy with this trade. I have zero regrets, and he's going to get a fantastic R9. And now let's do this tiny little thing. So this initially actually started as like a filler Trade Tuesday episode, but I just never got around to it because I didn't think it would be that good of an episode. And it's just a cheap little item. It's not overly expensive by any means. It would have absolutely nothing to change the original outcome. But in here sleeps an original 1968 Gibson Gazette. This is the original flyer that reintroduced the Les Paul in 1968. And the story behind this is one of his buddies actually went to the store and bought it. He got 2 of these flyers. So he gave one to him, and then he just filed it away for all those years. So, I mean, this thing is in very clean condition. I estimate it's probably worth around $200 to the right guy. I mean, condition is everything when it comes to case candy like this. Beautifully yellowed paper and all that. This is definitely not the reissue one. But there it is. Original Les Paul models return. And now lastly, I don't even need this cutter for this one because I accidentally started unboxing this last week. I was so thrilled when I found this thing on Reverb. I've been looking for this model and this finish for such a long time, and it's kind of one of those things that just mysteriously disappeared off of the face of the earth after they announced them. I've been looking and looking for one, and usually when they do show up, somebody realizes that they've fallen off the face of the earth and they'll be asking a premium. This particular U-Shop, I don't think they kind of understood that, but you would never understand or know it unless you happen to have been tracking this particular model. And I don't want to say too much in the unboxing because we kind of want to talk a little bit about it in the review, but hey, we got one of these punching bag gig bags. You can check out this review and demo where I just do a full-on body slam onto one of these things and compare it to a regular gig bag and a case. But I would not want to do that with this semi-hollow guitar in here. Let's go ahead and check this thing out. Fantastic. Oh, so you're either in love with this thing right now, or you're like, who sprayed this ugly burst? This is referred to as the 34 burst. Apparently there was a really small period in time where the really big jazz arch toppy guitars, they just got a little right there by the bridge, and I don't really understand too much more besides that. But when they reissued this, I was super excited. I wanted to purchase one of these things, but they never made it to production. There were very few of these ES235s even made. But they've got these freaky little Florentine cutaways, that awesome vintage finish. Like, you can find the other finishes, but 34 burst, they just decided they did not want to do it. If you understand the history and the models that had this, it's just such a fantastic little thing. But I get it, not everybody would like it, so we've got some scratches. Please no breaks, cracks, or repairs, because this one's been sitting for a couple of weeks. This looks like it has a maple neck and maple back, but it's flat, maple back and sides. Looks like a slightly carved top, so I get to learn about the ES235 on this one. And honestly, very happy with this purchase. Like, it was so hard to find one of these things. I had people contemplating like spending up to $2,500 just to bring one of these back to the US, because sometimes they would show up overseas. And thankfully, it never came down to that for me. This definitely has some wear to it though. But cool, I hope you guys enjoyed checking out these three cool guitars. I know I did. Let's go ahead and pack some stuff up. This 335 had to have been the most inspirational guitar that I've had in a long time. I mean, I don't normally think Chris Cornell guitar playing necessarily, but this thing, I had a great time with it. I'm glad I got to borrow it just to forward it to my buddy to kind of pay him back for these other times that he helped me get some stuff from Japan. But I dig the finish, I dig the tones, I actually even dig the look. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that this thing has going for it. But most importantly, I like the neck. It's a satin finish, but yet you still feel the wood grain. There's like a texture to that, and I just dig it. So let's go ahead and get this one packed up, and it'll be on its way to Japan. And we also have to pack up another 335. Man, I don't think I've ever packed up two 335s in the same day, let alone had two at the same time. This is the Tom DeLonge signature one. So even though, in a technical sense, these are both satin finished 335S guitars, this is technically a 333, but as we talked in the video, it's mainly the satin finish that's the big difference, as well as the control plate on the back. I didn't really like this guitar all that much, especially after comparing it to the Cornell. That's way more my style. And I think it comes down to the Dirty Fingers pickup. It's really harsh, it's really attacking. This was built for Tom DeLonge style stuff. So if that's what you're trying to do, it's gonna be fantastic for that. But for my own personal preferences, not the best guitar for me. And I can totally see why somebody added the tone knob for this one, because you really do need to tame that if you're trying to do anything else but some punk rock. But I'm happy with who purchased this guitar, because they seem like they've been lusting after this thing forever. They really want this guitar. They paid for 2-day shipping on it and all that. So it couldn't have went to a better home in my opinion, because, you know, he's just ranted and raving about how he can't wait to get this thing. So I need to get this packed up and get it all the way to California in under 2 days. So let's make it happen. And hey, that's two signature ES335 guitars that we've covered now. I wouldn't mind checking out one of those Alvin Lees next.
And the last one for today, well, you kind of already know the story because it was the first one we unboxed. Yeah, whenever it comes to trades with me, I get them to send the guitar to me first so I can check it out before sending out my other guitar. That's kind of the perk of being a well-known dealer online, is people will trust you like that. Normally, I would not suggest ever doing that. if you're just doing it with some random guy on the internet. Alright, thank you Troglodytes for tuning in today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and tomorrow I'll see you with a very special unboxing of 2 guitars. You can check out my Instagram if you want to know which. Take care.